Jeffrey thinks he's already found his true passion. He's content with his video games, chili heatwave Doritos, and stepsister videos. But he doesn't know that future Jeffrey is going to look back in shame. When I was younger, I felt directionless. I didn't know what to do with my life. I graduated from university just like everyone else told me to. But then I was supposed to figure it all out by myself. And so I started applying for jobs. But the issue was that I couldn't qualify for the jobs that actually seemed aligned to my passion. And the only jobs that I could get were the entry-level customer service ones that made me cry. Adonis discovered his passion through years of exploration, directionless, trials and tribulations. Adonis trusted the process, and he came out of it a passionate man. He lives his life according to his own values, and that is a life worth living indeed. It's a beautiful thing to spend your life doing things that you're passionate about. But what if you can't find your passion? I couldn't for a long time. I graduated from university thinking that that was the way forward, and working these shitty jobs, bro, dead ass gave me like a sense of depression. I was crying so often because at the time I didn't know what else to do, but I knew that at least this wasn't it, bro. Like, I'd wake up early, get to work, make £60 in the entire, like £8 something an hour, come home, and it was just enough time to like sit around, smoke weed, and repeat it again. I was having like an existential crisis because I didn't know what else to do. Then I stumbled upon entrepreneurship. I read The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss and The Millionaire Fast Lane by MJ DeMarco. And I knew that this was exactly what I wanted to do. This became my passion for a long time. I wanted to make online income to escape the full-time like rat race. And then the important question came, what type of business do I make? Okay, I'm definitely gonna make a business. I definitely want to be self-employed. I want to be an entrepreneur, but what should I do? So I looked online and I followed everyone else's advice. I followed the crowd and everyone was drop shipping. They were writing ebooks. I did like writing, actually. I did like writing ebooks. I actually enjoyed that process. Like, I loved waking up early and just writing like 2,000 words about something that I was somewhat like interested in. The issue with writing became that when I wrote the book, like no one bought it. And I realized after doing more research on it that writing ebooks like without actually already having an audience and somewhat of like a celebrity persona, it's more about marketing than it is actually about writing. And so I lost the interest of that. Then I tried to learn how to code, and actually the first business that made me money was the one that I started just about the same time as like I finished university. I was reselling vintage clothes on eBay. The reason why I didn't want to continue this business like full time is because it wasn't online. It was literally like, although it was on eBay, it was like physical, literal clothes that I was selling. I wanted everything to be online. I didn't like the fact that I had like physical products. You had to be somewhere. You had to physically go out and like post this at the post office. At the time I was dating a girl who was doing all the work for me. So I would be in my job, think something would sell on eBay. I would screenshot it, send it to her. She'd find the item in like our big closet thing, package it up, go out and post it. She'd even pay for the post and like never even ask me for the money for it. What a nice girl, mate. I think I could have treated her better. Yeah. At this point, it was about September, November 2019, and I wanted to try YouTube. And so I made a couple of videos, which you can find at the bottom of my channel. And I actually think they're pretty good. I rewatched them recently, and there's some like funny jokes in there and everything. And at this point, didn't get any views whatsoever, which of course changed after some time. And one of them got like 1 million views now. And then I was almost fully certain, okay, it's probably going to be coding. That's the thing that so many people are doing. Learn to code, become like a web developer. And Free Code Camp was the website that everyone was recommending. And it seemed like a nice structured way to get into like making money online. And I thought, okay, so I know for a fact, like I'm not skilled at this or anything. I'm not like better than what you'd expect for someone who has no experience. But I knew for a fact that if I put in about 4 to 8 hours per day and, really, really try, I could make it as a coder. But then I took a step back and I was like, wait, if I put in about 4 to 8 hours, of hard work, of, grind, of like focus work and learning and everything in anything, I would make it. Now, I don't know if that like seems maybe arrogance or something, but I think that's like a fantastic mindset to have. It's like a very growth orientated mindset, like grit orientated. Like I knew for a fact that whatever I wanted to pursue, of course I'd go through the roadblocks and I'd fail in a lot of times, but like if I stuck to whatever it was, I would achieve a good level of success in literally anything that I wanted. And this really, really doubles down on the existential crisis, because the only one thing that's worse than having nothing to do is feeling like you can do everything. So this made it worse. It took me some time to really sit there until I read the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a by Mark Manson. If you're struggling to find your true passion, you need to listen to this advice very carefully. He said, stop trying to chase the rewards that you want, chase the problems that you want to solve. You're going to experience problems no matter what. The issue with most people is that we only look for the rewards, and that's such a bullshit, stupid way of living that you've probably lived your entire life. We think, okay, what's the best case happy scenario? What's the reward of pursuing X, of pursuing this degree and this job and this career and this business or this like creative pursuits? We think, oh, there's money, there's fame. It'd be so awesome to be a rapper, and I'd make so much money and everyone would know me, and this career is really stable and I'd be able to get to like this wage and everything. That's bullshit. Just focusing on the reward is so stupid. Focus on the problem that you're about to face from that pursuit. This literally changed my entire mindset with everything, because it made me sit down and think, okay, I can get the rewards of any pursuit right now. I know for a fact if I put in the work and I put in the grind and I keep learning, I can do anything. What problems do I want to solve? And I was like, you know what? I don't want to solve the problems of being a coder or a software developer. I don't want to be sat here 8 to 12 hours a day just writing like letters on a keyboard. Just like, what the is, what kind of, like, it might be interesting to someone else, but I'm not gonna lie, like, what kind of life is that for me? It was not appealing whatsoever. It was just this idea of like, yeah, I'd be able to learn it, I'd be able to make money. Then I was like, okay, but I can make money from something else, so what problems do I want to solve? And the first thing that popped into my mind was YouTube. The problem that I envisioned with YouTube was a lot of like technical errors, because at this point I didn't have any staff. I've got staff right now, I've got like editors and everything, I've got a personal assistant and everything, but at this point I didn't have any of that. Like, I wasn't even officially a YouTuber, I didn't even have like any subscribers. I'd made a couple of videos and I understood that the problems that would come from YouTube was always like to do with editing. Like myself, I'd be editing the video and the software would crash, or like, you know, sometimes it'd be a bit annoying to get onto camera and record. But I was like, you know what, those are actually some pretty good problems to like overcome. Like any kind of technical issues with like your software or anything, it's like you have to just go onto YouTube and you find like some Indian guy who's like, hello guys, I'm Jay from Tech India, and I'm so you follow one of those guys and it's like, yeah, it's sound to do that. They make some good ass guides.
I'd like for you to know that you're a piece of human
and everything in terms of like being the actual persona, being like the YouTube celebrity on camera. Like some people see it as like a problem, they don't want to get recognition or anything. I fucking love it. So I was like, yeah, this is probably the thing I should pursue. And so that's how I've personally found like my passion of like making these. I wouldn't actually say that making videos is my passion, to be honest. Making these videos, having to set up the camera, it's like, I don't find that shit entertaining whatsoever. The real passion for me is giving advice. Right now, I say this in every single time that I'm recording a video. I'm in a flow state every single time. There's zero thoughts in my brain right now. I am intrinsically motivated and like just having a good time right now, just speaking to the camera, because I'm not speaking to the camera, I'm just speaking to younger Hamza. He's a dumbass, he's just like looking at me right now and I'm trying to give him advice. It's truly just my passion to just give advice, and so I feel awesome right now. And I went through so many different businesses and everything to come to this, and you've got to realize that too. If you're struggling right now and you have this sense of like, you know, you can't find your passion or everything, like you have to go through the trials and tribulations of trying a bunch of stupid bullshit till you find the real thing. But if this is something that you're focused on, and if you really feel a bit annoyed that you haven't found your passion, it's kind of like oddly a good thing that you feel like that, because the person who feels like this is probably the same one who finds their true passion. The person who doesn't have this thought, the person who never even thinks like, you know, they're annoyed that they don't have their true passion, they live that fucking mediocre life where they don't even realize that they could have found something that they felt passionate about. And I look back at like the time that I spent in drop shipping, learning to code. I tried to be a rapper at one point. Maybe I'll show you a picture, but I found like the fucking bars that I wrote on a piece of paper. Cringe. So my advice to you to find your true passion, which is so important to do. A lot of people say like, if you know, forget your passion and like, you know, chase the money and stuff. I think that was good advice 10, 15, 20 years ago. I don't think that advice is relevant anymore. Like we are in the era, the age of passion now. Like you make more money from pursuing your passion and helping other people who have the same passion as you than you do with the most conventional careers in business. And I've said this before, if your passion is something completely strange, it's juggling. Yeah, juggling, for example. You'll still make more money from that if you then share your passion online on social media and you build up a community of people who like to juggle than you will becoming a fucking doctor. Little 14-year-old girls are making more money than doctors who have spent 10 years in the education system. Things have updated. Finding your passion and monetizing it is so much more profitable than every other career advice that you've been given by your broke family and your broke teachers. So your passion, your true passion, comes from something that you're intrinsically motivated for, something that puts you into the flow state, something that you just like enjoy, and you don't really feel like you need to be very motivated for it. You just kind of like do it anyway. So for me, it has always been just giving advice. Like, yeah, I can even remember times like being a child, being a teenager, and those conversations were so enriching to me, especially if people took the advice. I just love hearing someone's problems, feeling their pain in a certain way, and like making it all click in my mind, and then saying, okay, this is the solution to that problem. So you need intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is when you want to do that activity for the activity itself. So for example, let's say in the gym, intrinsic motivation for the gym will be that you literally just love working out. That's all you're thinking about. You literally just want to go in there and you fucking love just literally working out, doing the exercises. Extrinsic motivation is like the thing that we get almost as a reward of the initial action. So that extrinsic motivation is like the people, like the overweight middle-aged people who only go to the gym because they want to lose like 7 stone, and they never do. They never lose that weight, do they? They always underachieve. like consistently people who go into the gym with this type of goal of like wanting to lose weight or wanting to gain muscle or anything. The person who stays consistent in the gym and loses the weight and builds the muscle is a person who literally just wanted to go to the gym because they found it fun. And you'll know this too, the time that you've made the most gains in your physique is when you've actually enjoyed going to the gym. It's when the gym is like the highlight of your day, it's like the most fun part of your day. That's when you're making some fucking sick gains. When you don't want to go to the gym and you're only going to the gym to build a physique, bro, you're gonna stay skinny fat for most of your life. In the work and money and business sense, intrinsic motivation is like you literally enjoy the task at hand. So you literally enjoy like putting together these videos and editing these videos. Like you're literally just doing it for fun. Extrinsic motivation is doing it for money. So try and think right now, where are you intrinsically motivated? Now, to find your true passion takes a lot of two different things. Introspectiveness, which comes from like deep thought and, you know, really asking yourself loads of deep questions. And the second one is just trying loads of different things. Introspectiveness and trying new things will find your passion. So where are you intrinsically motivated? Which habit or action or activity is it in your day where you truly like want to go and do it just simply for that action? Now, for most guys, they'll say video games. Video games are so intrinsically motivating. Like we play video games just because they're fun to play. Some people cope with this idea, but like the majority of people don't play video games with a sense of like, I'm gonna become an esports player. We literally just play it because it's just fun, right? Be completely honest, because if it is something like video games, of course you're a bit of a Jeffrey, of course you are, but we can almost alter whatever answer you use here. Because for example, if you are intrinsically motivated for video games and nothing else, potentially it's not actually just video games that gives you this huge sense of pleasure. Maybe it's competitiveness. Maybe it's like brotherhood or teamwork. So maybe you'd be intrinsically motivated for a sport, a team sport, American football or rugby. And maybe that could be like your true passion. And imagine if you like, maybe you're a little bit older, but you could like fully start playing almost professionally. What do you do for the sake of just doing it? And you're not even thinking about the reward. Like the reward is like an extra thing, but you literally just wanted to do that thing. That's your true passion. You need to have the mindset that whatever that thing is, let's say it's basketball, you just love to play basketball. You're not even doing it for anything else. You just love to play basketball. With the right entrepreneur mindset, with all the knowledge you need is online. You literally just have to go and like find the books and everything. But whatever your passion is, even if it's something that conventionally doesn't make money, like for example, to make money in basketball, since the start of the sport, you had to become professional. You had to like go pro, right? Not anymore. Apart from the people who are literally in the NBA, a normal kid can make more money than every other basketball player by simply starting a good YouTube channel and then teaching people how to throw like the perfect shot or how to like slam dunk or some bull. Choose your passion and find a good way to monetize it. Of course, this monetization segment is like a whole other video. It's like a whole extra part. But at least if you can know exactly what it is that you're intrinsically motivated for, exactly what your true passion is, you can start to then ask, okay, how can you make money from this? The final thing that you can do is take a personality test. Now, I did one. You want to do it like as completely honest and authentic as possible. And I received a personality called Console. I have received like, this is my little picture here. And it said that I am like a very social person and I like love speaking to people. And it's like, it's completely truth. Of course, we can argue like the validity of these questionnaires and everything, but it's like, it just gives you like a nice sort of understanding. The one that I'll link below is quite in depth and it's used by a lot of people. And what you'll get is like this personality type that you can go in and read what your strengths are. And it's usually one of your strengths. And also it gives you like career advice that will be one of your true passions. It has been very accurate for me. It's been accurate for a bunch of people that I've sent the link to, and it probably would be for you. It's a completely like free test. I'm not like sponsored by them or anything. I just found it quite interesting. And if I took this test and really placed my trust in the result of it a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, I think I would have reached this point faster, because it really highlighted to me that the most important thing in my life is the social life around me. It's the relationship and it's the friends. And particularly in that experience, it's like giving advice to people. I just love doing that. I found my true passion and I really hope that you find yours too. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.